for having me here this morning to my story and to talk to you about the wonderful work that United Way does all across GTA, overall in Ontario and in Canada. My name is Majid Kazmi, and a lot of people ask me why I talk so much about United Way and its work. And my reply to them is simply this: I believe in the power of gratitude. Allow me to explain. Imagine a newcomer family coming to Toronto, this guy with his wife and a 3-year-old daughter with nothing but their hard-earned savings and a bunch of degrees and certificates from a strange land. They go out, rent a small apartment in Toronto, and the guy starts applying for jobs in his field. No takers. First month goes by, not even one interview call. Second month, third, fourth, fifth. So their savings start to disappear like quicksilver in the cracks, and the little girl starts to wonder, why is daddy always around? Fast forward 5 years, and this unemployed immigrant now sits on the board of directors of the City of Toronto's Workforce Planning Board. Power of gratitude. So my message to you today will be, the more you are in a state of gratitude, the more you attract things to be grateful for. That's true.
Absolutely.
Thank you. So today I'll tell you my story and how a United Way agency helped create it. I belong to a middle-class family from Karachi, Pakistan. If there was one thing my parents couldn't forget, it was telling us day and night how important good education and hard work were. They reminded us day and night that the true test of a person's character is how he treats the people around him. Simple as that. And how the society benefits from all that he has to offer, not how much material wealth he accumulates. And this formed the basis of our self-belief, the moral compass of our life's work in the years to come. So before I moved to Toronto with my family in November of 2012, I was working as a senior VP at one of the fastest growing banks in Pakistan. And as much as I thought of myself as an ideal candidate for a position in the banking sector here, I realized in a matter of a few weeks that finding work in my field would be difficult. And that was simply because I needed to wrap my head around the nuances of the job search process in a new country, one that was vastly different from my past country of residence in many ways. So over the next few weeks and months, I went through a struggle, a real struggle, both mental and physical, that was unknown to me. I consider myself fortunate that around 3 months after I migrated, an acquaintance advised me to reach out to someone at Access Employment. After an initial screening interview, I was enrolled in a program called Leadership Connections, which was a 1-month bridging program specifically tailored for people who had been in leadership positions before and were looking to get back into their professional fields. But frankly, I was not sure if the program was going to help me find work in my field. I did not even know what I needed to learn to be job ready. But one thing's for sure, I was extremely positive and motivated. I was willing to give it my best shot. At Access Employment, I had access to all the resources I needed to apply for work in my field, and the facilitators at Leadership Connections did an incredible job of preparing me and others in the group to reach out to potential employers. Before joining the program, I always thought that the first step in the job search process is always to apply for a position you are interested in. After joining the program, I realized that the process actually starts with making yourself job ready, whether it's your resume, your interviewing skills, your knowledge of the job market and the hiring process, and even your attitude. So the learning curve that I went up during that 1 month proved vital in helping me embark on a successful career journey in Canada. The beautiful thing about the program is, personally, that helped me a lot, and something that I love is that it does not only prepare job seekers to apply for work, it connects them with potential employers directly through mentoring and networking events, as you just heard. And in first of a series of such events, I got the opportunity to speak with the senior director at CIBC. I remember at the end of a 5-minute conversation, he asked me if I had a copy of my resume on me. I got my first interview call the very next morning, and a formal offer in around 3 to 4 weeks' time. But my story did not end there, frankly. It was a beginning for me. Soon after joining CIBC, I picked up the phone. I spoke with the same lady that I had initially connected with at Access Employment, and I said, Valerie, if there's anything I can do to give back, let me know. And she said, Majid, why don't you, come back, maybe start making a presentation to the new cohort and perhaps conducting a regular workshop. So I started making those presentations at Access Employment and later on at other nonprofit organizations in October 2013. And soon I found myself traveling to almost all parts of GTA to meet and guide other newcomer families, rain or shine. I was so overwhelmed by all the support I had received as a newcomer from Access Employment, I considered it my moral obligation to pay it forward. I couldn't have it any other way. And because of the connections I had made, I decided to leverage the momentum even after I had achieved my first professional goal of finding work in Canada. I always said yes to every opportunity to give back, and each opportunity led me to the next one. Today I'm humbled to be known as a mentor who does not only help people find work in their fields, but one who also tries to inspire them and to let them know the value of initiative and perseverance. Soon after joining CIBC, I was entrusted with the responsibility to create and chair CIBC's International Professionals Network. That's an internal employee network that helps internationally trained professionals connect with senior employees and brush up their soft skills. My work was also recognized by many other organizations featured on mainstream media, including CBC television and radio. So by quickly switching gears from being a mentee to a mentor, despite being new to Canada, I demonstrated that it's never too early to start giving back. It's never too early. Even a little contribution for the benefit of the communities we are part of goes a long way. By making that contribution, you do not only create change, you nurture other catalysts for change. You create leaders. So going forward, I intend to continue dedicating considerable time and effort to work with United Way agencies like Access Employment and to try and improve the employment situation for families in the GTA. Because I believe that this work has a direct impact of improving the lives of these families and for providing them the economic means to create a better future for our next generations. I tell you my story today not because it is unique, but because it is not. Access Employment helps over 20,000 job seekers coming from 120 different countries at its 5 locations across GTA. 20,000 employees every year. That's like a jam-packed Air Canada center with probably 200 people standing outside every year from 120 different countries. 86% of these job seekers are able to find work in their fields or achieve their training objectives, whereas 83% of skilled internationally trained professionals like myself are able to find employment that reflects their past education and experience. Access Employment staff speaks 57 different languages, and it has a 99% customer satisfaction rate. All this is not possible without your generous contribution of time and money. Because for people like me who have been a direct beneficiary of a United Way agency and who now volunteer to give back, the biggest reward is to see your own story create a ray of hope in the life of a young educated immigrant. For me, the reward is when this young educated immigrant shows me his first offer letter with his eyes filled with tears of gratitude, or when the school-going daughter of an immigrant father writes me a letter to say, "Thank you for filling our house with laughters again." It is you who actually make all that possible by your contribution and time and money to United Way. So my last message to you would be, again, the more you are in a state of gratitude, the more you attract things to be grateful for. So in the end, I'd like to urge you very sincerely to continue donating directly to United Way and to try and become a part of these incredible success stories. Thank you so much and a wonderful day.